here we go. Hey everyone, we'll go ahead and get started here with Manager Bud Black. In 2 seconds, we'll let everybody hop on. If you have a question for Buddy, raise your hand and we'll get going as soon as possible here. Thomas Harding, go ahead.
Yes, buddy. A lot of times you say that's baseball. How is it nice to be able to say that when something like a Charlie Blackmon walkoff happens?
Well, that was a good at bat. I don't know whether that's baseball or not, in the terminology that I use it in. But that was a hell of an at bat against a guy with really good stuff. Charlie had good swings. He fouled a couple pitches off. He had good takes. I had a feeling as the at-bat got deeper that something good was going to happen just because of the swings. It looked like he was seeing the ball great. I don't know whether he'll come in and talk to you guys or not, but, that didn't surprise me. He had good swings against that fella.
As that inning went on and you saw the good at-bats there, it's something you've talked about all year when you don't get them. What is it like to see you get them and have a win for it?
Yeah, that was awesome. You've heard me talk all year about stringing at-bats together. We've seen that at times, not as often as we need to do it. In some of the games that we've lost, you've seen other teams do it. So this was, in the ninth inning of a game that looked like we were in dire straits, but we strung at-bats together. Trejo with a good at-bat. Hampson bounced one up the middle, ground ball. We saw that in the first game, in the first inning with the Giants. A ground ball got through. That's baseball. Trevor got a ball up in the zone, hit it in the corner. Crone, Mac, got a hanging breaking ball from McGee and lined it into right field. That's good hitting. Crone battled and, didn't punch, put the ball in play and dumped it into right. That's a little bit of baseball. That guy made a good pitch. And then Charlie's good at bat. So we strung at bats together. The guys, again, I've told them that, that's the secret, right? To really bear down and play all 27 outs on both sides. And we did that tonight.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks. By the way, is it hard to break the ninth inning habit of 27 outs in these 7-inning doubleheaders?
Thomas, good catch. 21 outs. You're right.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you for the correction.
Owen Perkins.
Yeah, buddy, can you just say something about that journey the team took today to hang in there from the first inning of the first game all the way into the final inning of the second game?
Yeah,
it was tough most of the way.
You're right. That's a great point, Owen. I credit to you for mentioning that. First inning was demoralizing, no doubt about it. 10-0 in the first game of a doubleheader against a team that's playing really well. We sort of hung in there. We got back to 10-4. Then Crawford hit the late home run. And then we got 45 quick minutes to turn around and get back to it. And then, that game was, a little bit of a seesaw, teeter-totter. Their guy pitched pretty well. Wood pitched well. He gave up the 2-run homer to Crone, but he threw the ball well just like he did last week in San Francisco. But our guys hung in there, right? The seventh inning was, a great one. Bowden, worked through the sixth and seventh. Stevenson got a couple big outs. They got to Givens a little bit, obviously with the 2-run homer by Flores. But our guys, hung in there. And, 4 runs in this ballpark, you never know what's going to happen. I've seen it before. I've seen it, many, many times over the years. You string some hits together here, and you have a good at-bat at the end. It can result in a win. and that's what happened today. But it's a good point. Our guys were pretty resilient, from 3:40 when game one started until right now a little bit after 10 o'clock. So I'm proud of the guys.
Great, thank you.
All right, we'll go to Kevin Henry and then finish up with Larry Patrick. Kevin, go ahead.
Buddy, can you talk a little bit about what you saw from Castellani to start and how he was able to kind of work out some issues maybe without even his best stuff today?
Well, you're right. I mean, we helped him a little bit, Kevin. He wasn't quite on point today from what we heard from the alternate site. A little erratic with his pitches. The ball strike ratio wasn't great. It was almost like 50-50, I think. But Tapia picked him up with a nice play at the plate. Elias Diaz threw out a guy at second base on a stolen base attempt. We turned, one of the, maybe the, we'll see how the season plays out, but that was a heck of a double play. Mac to Trev to Crone. That was a great double play. But he weaved his way through, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 walks. Not how you draw it up, but, at the end of the day, Stevenson, picked him up and he gave up 2 runs. So, but I think there's a better version of Ryan in there.
Thanks, buddy.
Larry, go ahead.
Yes, buddy. Would you consider this second game one of your more satisfying wins here with the Rockies?
Yes.
And also, Jake McGee, when you faced him out in San Francisco and he was throwing a lot of fastballs and he was up around 97, he seemed to have lost, several miles per hour there on his fastball here tonight. The weather have a lot to do with that, or just maybe tired? Or?
Not sure, Larry. Jake's, been off to a good start with the Giants. I'm not, I really don't have an answer for that question. But our guys had good at-bats against him.
And as far as Castellani, how do you feel about him for coming in and not having, much action so far this season?
Well, he's been pitching pretty regularly down in Arizona. So, we needed a starter. It looks as though Sensatella is going to be able to make his next start. He's feeling better. He's going to throw a bullpen here. Probably in St. Louis on Friday, then we'll make an assessment. But we needed a spot starter. Ryan's been with us before. He started Major League games. He's been in big league camp, for, all the years that I've been here. So he's experienced in a number of ways with us, maybe not a lot of big league service time, but he was prepared and ready to pitch.
Okay, thank you, buddy.
Okay, Larry. Okay, guys, thanks.
Charlie Blackmon, try and get this as quick as we can so we can get Charlie out of here. Patrick Saunders, why don't you start us off?
Congratulations. 2-part question for you. 1, how good did that feel? And 2, did you take your own advice? Because earlier today I asked you about hitting with runners in scoring position, and you went through a whole list of things that you have to do to stay calm. So that's my 2-part question for you. Thank you.
So yes, I felt like I did a pretty good job of staying calm that at bat. I mean, I went from really being in the dugout to in the box like pretty quick. It seemed like kind of surprised that our guys, I think we had 5 guys in a row reach right there. I mean, that was a pretty awesome inning. I kind of just felt like things were going our way, and I tried my best not to get in my own way, right? Like, don't let that situation get the best of you. 2 strikes down your last out. I mean, it's easy to kind of let that get away from you, and I was able to stay a little bit calm. What was your other question?
How great did that feel?
Oh, it felt good. I mean, I'd been, seems like lately I've been, hitting balls at people a lot, or not, or not hitting them hard at all. And so it was nice to finally find the barrel.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, Charlie, if you could kind of just encapsulate what it means to the team to come back like that in the seventh inning of a game that didn't look good at that time, especially after what happened in game one today?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we split that doubleheader and got a little momentum going. So hopefully that can help us carry it into tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, the first game didn't go very well, but you know, it seems like as much momentum as we weren't holding earlier in the day, it seems kind of like maybe we've taken it back, hopefully.
Yeah, if you could kind of put into words what this team means to you, because obviously they're going through a tough time here, but it does seem like every now and then you do get a game like this where you look and say, hey, you know, we're not horrible. We've got a chance here.
No, we're not horrible, Thomas. Yes, we have a chance. We got guys that play really hard, and you saw that there in the last inning. You know, we could, I mean, down what 4? I mean, with 2 outs. I mean, it could have been. We could have just packed it up and went home, and our guys didn't do that. And it felt it was big for me to like be able to come through for the guys in that spot after they worked so hard to get there. And so that makes me feel like I'm like I didn't let them down today. So that was nice.
And I guess just to follow up on that, how do you feel about these guys? This group of guys that are a lot younger, kind of trying to get to where you are right now.
I really enjoy being with this group. This is a young team that likes to play the game. They like to have fun. They enjoy it, and I think that kind of helps me remember that I still play this game because it's fun, and that's why I started playing the game. And it's really awesome for me to be around that, and I enjoy that they have taken me in, and they've played really hard baseball, and I'm proud of our guys.
Last two, we'll go to Nick and then Owen. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, Charlie, not to get too granular here and draw you out too late here, but it was a really impressive at-bat there at the end. He threw you just the one fastball that you fouled off, and everything else was a slider. Did you get a sense that he only wanted to throw you sliders, or was he maybe overthinking it? What was your thought process?
I never faced him before. I know he throws a lot of sliders. It's a good pitch. That it's he's got command of it. He threw it in the strike zone. And his fastball is also very good. I mean, looking back, maybe it's easy for him to say, "Oh, maybe I should have thrown the other pitch," but he was pretty confident in it and got 2 strikes before that with the slider. So I'm not really surprised that he threw it there.
So are you thinking about what he's going to throw, or are you turning yourself off a little bit?
He throws so hard that if you think anything other than be ready for 99 or whatever that fastball was, I don't think you hit it. So I think you're in that spot, like you've got to be at least ready for the fastball and then try to adjust to the slider. Because you don't want to just get blown away with a fastball right over the plate. I mean, that's I've done that before, and it's not a great feeling.
Cool. Thank you, Charlie.
Last one. Go ahead, Owen.
Hey, Charlie, can you just, in some ways, I think that was your 8th at bat when you got that hit, the homer, the walk-off. Can you talk about the day for you? And, to a certain extent, it seemed to encapsulate the team, but going through 8 at-bats and a tough day to get to that point in the last of the second game.
Yeah, pretty tough day for me. Pretty tough day for the Rockies. Right, I hadn't got a hit all day up until that point. Some of our guys have swung the bat really well. We just didn't win that first game. So, I guess I'll speak for myself. It was nice to come through in that spot and get a hit after the guys worked so hard to put an inning together and put a rally together, and it was nice for me to help out.
Ryan Castellani here. We'll go ahead and start with Larry. Go ahead, Larry.
Yes, thank you. Coming up tonight, have you been doing a lot of pitching, down in the alternate site, getting prepared for tonight?
Yeah, we have been playing games against D-backs, Padres, Dodgers, all their alt sites. Every other day, every third day. So we've been getting a couple games in there. So I had been on a pretty consistent schedule the last 3 weeks or so.
How many pitches have you been able to throw down in the alternate site to kind of work up for this?
I think my last couple were right in the 70s. So, the next time out will, just start slowly building from there.
And how did you feel about your performance here tonight?
I think there were some positives and negatives. What I was pretty happy about was just, I just wanted to come in here and keep us in the ball game. I know it might have been a little bit shorter of a stint, but with the 7-inning ball game, I kind of felt like Buddy would get to the bullpen kind of quick. But I feel like, I was just able to, keep us in a close ball game, and then it worked out in the end.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, Ryan, when we last saw you in Major League action, it was a really rough start against the Reds there. If you could kind of take us through what you went through to get back to here to this point.
Yeah, I think I was just, honestly, just trying a little too hard. I was just trying to do way too much, with, a short two-inning stint that I had. I just kind of was, I guess, putting a little too much pressure on myself. But, once I was able to, go back to minor league camp, settle down a little bit, build up, start working on some good stuff, and was able to have some pretty good outings out the outside to be able to get up here.
How much of what you worked on was physical, as far as the motion, as far as as far as the pitches, and how much of it was kind of mental, bringing yourself back to not trying to do too much?
Yeah, I think I was just, wanted to build some confidence. Obviously, just comes from, you want to have a couple good outings. But, there was just some things physically I was working on, just trying to, relax a little bit through my motion, not be so, tensed up and, trying to do way too much and throw too hard. But once I was able just to get a little bit more comfortable on the mound, get more outings under my belt, more and more, I was just able to kind of get better and better.
And how much do you feel you carried that to tonight, and how much do you feel that, you need to clean up a little bit more?
Yeah, no, I was, I was pretty happy with tonight. I mean, I know there were some walks, only 2 runs, but, I think it was good to, with the fans there, kind of first start in front of fans in the big leagues. My heart was racing a little bit. I was definitely juiced up, so it was kind of good to get that first outing out of the way, just get a little bit more comfortable with the whole setting. And now I can just feel like I could get, just a little bit better and better, just kind of, controlling myself from pitch to pitch.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, is that last year you pitched in the big leagues, but your wife, your little baby, I don't think your parents even got to see you.
No, yeah, no one did. But tonight was fun. It was a good experience for them to be here and see that, and just a great ending.
And just to make sure, how many people were here for you?
I think I had 8. Parents, in-laws, wife, son, brother. So it was fun.
Hey, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Last one, we'll go to Patrick. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, Ryan. Couple questions for you. What time did you actually get here to the ballpark? I thought I saw you come into the dugout, the on-field side of the dugout, not that long before the second game. Did I see that right, or was that somebody else?
You're saying between games? I think I got out there by like, what, the game started at 7, so I was out there by like 6:25 in the dugout, getting out to the bullpen.
Okay. And when you were at the alternative site, who do you credit for kind of righting the ship, so to speak, getting your mechanics in order, doing the things you needed to do to be able to come back and perform?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like a balance between kind of figuring stuff out for myself, while you're just out there on the mound. But our new pitch coordinator, Flint Wallace, he had helped me with some just some lower body stuff to get myself just moving in a little bit better direction. And then, you know, from there on, it was just like I was able to get on a consistent routine of just, you know, starting every 5th day, and that routine just kind of helped me build more and more on the mound and just start to get some, you know, like real outings.
Go ahead, Danielle, last one.
Hi, Ryan. We saw you on the field after the game, share a moment with your son. What was that moment like to get to see him after your game?
It was awesome. I know he's exhausted. He looked a little, my wife said he looked a little delirious. He was just kind of laughing at everything, which is great. But being able to have them come out, I mean, last year I felt, you know, worse for them than I did for myself just because they got to miss out on so much. But to be able to make up for it this year was awesome.
And it's Jackson, Jaxon?
Jaxon, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Ryan.
Perfect.